In today's video, we gonna make some gifts for the upcoming Mother's Day. And the first gift on my list for today is some kind of jigsaw puzzle with a heart in the middle, and where I write later the names of family members on, and in the middle, in the heart, there will be the mother's name. When you watch my videos, or if you have watched my videos, you probably already know that I'm a fan of more of a like freestyle, that I like to make things more freestyle. I do not have plans necessarily. I usually just start, and then I see how things are going. So I made this shape with a pencil on the paper, and then I use a Sharpie to make the lines more visible. And then I'm gonna cut them out on my bandsaw. And so here I already, before I cut the jigsaw into its pieces. And the reason for that is that I'm not sure that my little bandsaw can handle the size of. If I would do it in a large piece, I'm not sure if my little bandsaw could handle the size. And also, I do not want to, or I do not have available a single board where everything puts on. And yeah, as you can see here, I grabbed some random leftovers. And I also do not really look for the grain orientation. I think it's not necessary. I think it even more gives a better look, I think. So I use some spray adhesive here, where I to glue all those pieces on, that it's easier to cut it on the bandsaw later. Make sure every piece fits. Alright, up to the bandsaw next. Let's speed things up a little bit, because even though it's a new blade, you want to go slow, and because you don't want to break your blade right away. And it's still with a new blade, it takes a while to cut those pieces out. So let's speed things up a little bit. I think it's speed is, I think, 10 times faster or so. Okay, when every piece is cut out, I remove the paper template that's glued on with my sander. And I think next time I would use some different piece of paper, because this thicker cardboard paper, it takes unnecessarily long to remove it with a sander, longer than I expected. And I did this before with thin paper, and I think next time I'm going to do it again, because it just takes too long. So also, you want to round the edges with some hand sanding, the sanding block here. It just makes everything feel a little better. And then the first item is almost done already. So with the pencil here, first I write those names of the family members on, so that I can see later how it looks like. So then I do not. It's more forgiving, because you can remove it. So for those who already saw the video of my farmhouse bench, then you probably already know that I'm not a huge fan of staining. Not for I'm not against stain at all. I just don't like the process of staining it. But it's sometimes it's necessary. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of it. And I don't want to complain too much about staining, because my wife said that I should not complain too much about staining. So I stop here. but I still hate it. Okay, so I use again a Sharpie to write those names on all those pieces. I do this just to save some time, but I think I would, with some paint and like real paint and with a brush, it might look better than just with a Sharpie. So yeah, as you can see in the middle, there's mom, and the side there's dad, and my kids around. I think it looks nice. So I think this piece here is my, for today. I have 3 items on my list, like 3 gift ideas, and I think this is kind of my favorite. Not because it looks so great, you will see at the end, but the process of making it, I really enjoyed. This is some mahogany, and not sure if it was easy to see, but it will be a spoon, a longer spoon, and the front, or one end, I don't even know how it's called, will have the shape of a heart. I found this on the internet, and I really liked it. But yeah, I hope it's not sure what you're thinking, but I really hope that at the end it does not look too much like a butt or so. Sorry about that, but yeah, the intention was to have a spoon with a in the heart of in the shape of a heart. So, and as you can see here, I already pulled out my carving tools. I do not do a lot wood carving, but I really like it. I'm a huge fan of hand carving, even like power carving. I also like, but I just don't do it very often, which is unfortunate. But when I'm selling my woodworking hand carved or power carved items are not necessarily those items who sell very good, but the process of carving, it's a process that is really satisfying to me. I enjoy it all the time, and I can only recommend, if you want to do some woodworking and you don't have to have a lot of room or do not have a lot of money for power tools or so, just do some wood carving. It's like I said, it's really satisfying. And the tools that I use here, this carving set that I have here on the bottom left, I think it's, what is it called? Is it flex cut? It's a set of carving tools. I think it's flex cut. I don't remember. Maybe if I find out the name later, I can put it in the link in the description, where you can I think you can find it. Or if you know, if someone watches it and knows what the set is called, you can write it down in the comments. I just forgot the name of it, but it works fine, and it is affordable. Lots of those, yeah, I think on the handle there's a name. I think it's called flex cut. Yeah, I think it was right. So if you look on the internet for those good carving tools, or good carving tools are usually not very cheap. They cost a lot, but this flex cut carving set was very affordable. I think it's available in North America for sure, but this set I brought from Germany with years ago. And those tools that are in there are like, they come right from the factory. They come like razor sharp. So it's if you want to go into wood carving, I can highly recommend, as a starter kit, get this set. It's really good. So the carving is pretty much done. I trim it down a little bit, trim the spoon a little bit on my miter saw, and then it goes back to the bandsaw. So it's also, I sped things up again because it took quite some time to cut that roughly shape out of with a bandsaw, because you want to be really cautious. Okay, I use some painter's tape here and tape the cut off back on again. That makes it a lot easier to cut the shape from the other side. I really like to do those kind of shapes on my bandsaw. I'm a huge bandsaw fan anyway, and some of those things if you want to also gonna want to go more into like bandsaw stuff, I can highly recommend watching some videos from Jimmy D Resta. He make I think at least one really good video on how to use or even not use your bandsaw. Then I go over to my stationary belt sander, the machine that not you already know that I'm not sure if I like or hate this machine, but for certain tasks it always does its job. And I give it, so I sand out all those saw marks. I do not want to have the spoon like 100% smooth, because I'm a huge fan of making items where you can see afterwards that everything is made by hand. It's just my opinion. Okay, almost done, I guess. I later give it also some sanding, yeah, some hand sanding to get rid of the saw marks at least. Yeah, please tell me in the comments if it really looks like a heart shape, or and please let me know if it looks good. I really enjoy this project, but I'm not sure if it's a good shape. And as much as I hate to apply stain for applying oil, it's quite the opposite. I love to apply oil. I apply here some mineral oil that is like uh, food safe. Not sure if it's even getting used for food or just as decoration. I don't know. But when you apply oil on, especially on hardwood, it really kind of how can I explain? It kind of boosts things up. I also apply some wax here every time on almost everything where I apply oil. I also apply wax because it makes everything. It gives a shiny look, and it makes things feel a lot nicer, feel a lot more smooth. I really like it, and yeah, like I said, I really like to apply oil, and I think it also smells nice. Maybe not everyone agrees with me, but I like the smell of oil. Okay, done. Okay, to the last piece. I this I make also out of some mahogany leftovers that I had kicking around in my shop. It's nothing special. It's pretty much just a small shelf. And when I planned those projects, I honestly first I wanted to make like five pieces, like five ideas for Mother's Day, but I'm really bad in finding ideas for Mother's Day, or for like what is it, Valentine's Day, or some more gift ideas in general. I don't know. So for this, I asked my wife about ideas, and she came up with that idea that she found somewhere on the internet, and I said, okay, well that looks like a great project, and here I am. So in this shelf I make some holes in the shelf where where I can put some flowers in. First, I wanted to drill holes to where I can put the those flower. Is it called pots? I don't know. Is it flower pot? Is that right? Well, I don't know. But turned out that those flowers that we had already, the pot is in a different diameter than any hole saw or Forstner drill that I had. So I I decided to do it different. I cut out those holes on my bandsaw, and so that I do not have like a small kind of slot where the bandsaw blade goes in. And I didn't want to. You can do also this with a scroll saw if you want to, but my scroll saw is very cheap. I don't like to use it for that. So I make this slot where the bandsaw goes in wider. I think it's like quarter of an inch, maybe a little bit more. And I think it gives it some even a somehow better appearance than just a hole would do. Again, some sanding. Also, you want to sand the edges a little bit. Yeah, sanding the inner part of a circle is not very fun, but it needs to be done, and also doesn't take very long. Okay, now it can get assembled, and you might have noticed that for none of those projects for today you need to apply glue. So all those projects can be, I think every single project can be easily be done in I think even less than an hour. So if you're running late on a Mother's Day gift, you can do this very quick. For measurements like this, to make sure everything is in place, I always use, or very often I use, this folding ruler that you can see here, that I also brought from Germany with. Turned out that when I started working here in North America, here in Canada, I always thought, no, I would always use my folding ruler. I think it's the best, but those folding rulers are obviously not very common here in North America. Everyone is using a tape measure, and it turned out that I now also use for most measurements a tape measure, but sometimes it's easier to still use this folding rulers. Just as a, I don't know. I apply oil on this shelf, but this time I use I didn't, because it's just a shelf, no food it's getting placed on it, so I do not need mineral oil, and it can be any oil for that sake. And I use Minvex tongue oil, which is anything but not tongue oil, I think. Yeah, you can go to Stumpy Nub's channel. He made a great video about oil, and especially about tongue oil, and he explains why there's no tongue oil in tongue oil. You know what I mean? Okay, this project is also done. Looks nice. If you like that video, please make sure you give a thumbs up, write a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. See you next time.